The Vancouver Canucks just outlasted the San Jose Sharks with Elias Pettersson and some key depth guys leading the way, which has Canucks fans fired up. And with all the drama this week has brought with Elias Pettersson and the JT Miller situation, we finally see some punishment dealt out to a certain NHL insider. We're going to be breaking down all of that in this episode of Canucks Digest, so first make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you don't miss any updates surrounding the Canucks as we head into the holidays. But with that, let's hop into the first topic of the day, which is the Canucks outlast the Sharks. So if you guys were just watching the game that just ended not too long ago, you saw the San Jose Sharks just come up just short as the Canucks outlasted them in a third period where the Sharks did bring it on heavy, but a big explosive second period was why the Canucks ended up running away with this game and holding off the Sharks in the third period. And the big reason for that is Elias Pettersson leading the way, with it all getting kickstarted by Brock Boeser and Kiefer Sherwood, and Elias Pettersson bringing it home with 2 goals in the span of 44 seconds. And if you look very closely, who's that primary assist on that power play goal that he got second? JT Miller. So not only are they playing on the same power play together now, they are also helping each other out, getting assists, getting goals, and now they are getting back to how they were. Then you get Brock Boeser as well, getting that nice tip-in goal. Kiefer Sherwood proving again why he's the best free agency signing in the NHL this season, with a rifling slapshot goal that just went top shelf. They didn't even have a chance to see it, and Kiefer Sherwood was able to get them the lead, and then Elias Pettersson just took it home from there. CC and Kunin did bring it on heavy in that third period. That third goal was just a shooting range of shots just fired at Thatcher Demko, but he was able to stay strong. But I think the biggest thing here obviously is Elias Pettersson. He had no points in as many games as JT Miller was back, and then he got 2 goals tonight, which was awesome. JT Miller getting the assist, also amazing, especially with the week that we had going into this game and the past few weeks that we've had as Canucks fans, with all this drama that has been caused by the media with JT Miller and Elias Pettersson, going off of reports not only from reporters but also from former coaches that came out and said, yeah, there's a problem with these guys. But recently in press conferences separately, they did touch on those. We're going to get on that in a second when we get into our second topic of the day. But focusing on this game at hand as well, looking at the game stats too. On the shot board, they were not able to get the edge there, but they won in the face-off circle. Elias Pettersson, JT Miller being there was a big part of that. And then you had the penalty minutes as well. That was kind of piled up for Vancouver. We did see a nice fight with Tyler Myers there for a clean hit. Why are we seeing fights for clean hits? I get it. You have to have that team mentality where, hey, nobody gets to rock our guy like that. But at the same time, if it's a clean hit, you can't be mad at it. Yeah, it sucks that your guy got hit, but it was a clean hit. Don't be trying to drop the gloves just because the guy laid a clean hit. Because if you're going to try and do that, odds are you're probably not going to come away with the win. And Vancouver was able to stay very aggressive tonight. They kept up that aggression as well with the hits, 27-18 on the hits board. Lots of block shots, especially in that third period when they faced a barrage of shots by the San Jose Sharks. They did narrowly get edged out in the giveaways, thankfully, but 17 giveaways is still a lot to go through. That is something that they definitely have to clean up as well, and the penalties as well. Being 1 for 5 on the power play, yeah, that's good, 20%, but at the same time, you want to score a little bit more than that, but only 3 power plays. That was great. That a lot of the penalty minutes were just misconducts, fighting, roughing, instigating, so not as many incidental or power play penalties, but still penalties nonetheless. And like I said, looking at the shots on goal, Vancouver had the edge through a lot of the game. I know in that first period they got edged out by 4 shots, but they made up for it in the second period when they just busted the gates open on this game. But then in the third period, they really were trying to just play prevent mode, really, where San Jose was just coming in, guns blazing, trying to get anything going, throwing anything at the net. 2 of them did stick, but Vancouver was able to outlast them. But the big thing there, like I said, JT Miller, Elias Pettersson, this looks just right out of what you would see in a Hollywood sports movie where, hey, let's come together, let's get this going. Now let's show them, like, hey, there is no problem between us. We got this going. But what did you guys think on the game overall? What did you guys think of how the Canucks played? Do you think we're going to see Petey back in his stride? And as JT Miller and Elias Pettersson fix the supposed rift between them? I know we're going to get into what the specifics were as far as what their end of things were, but we know what Tocchet said, we know what Quinn Hughes said, we know what a lot of other people have said, but particularly we know what Elliotte Friedman has said. And that's going to take us into our second topic of the day, which is Friedman finally punished. And this comes out on Twitter saying that the Department of 32 Thoughts suspends Elliotte Friedman 1 month until January 23rd from discussing any matter related to the Vancouver Canucks. And Friedman himself coming out on this saying, I've been giving a 1 month suspension for talking about the Canucks. Cannot talk about the Canucks for a month till January 23rd. Now, this is coming off of the heels of a ridiculous trade proposal with the Buffalo Sabres of Byram and Cousins for someone like Elias Pettersson or JT Miller. Absolutely is dumb, stupid on many levels, absolutely insane. Don't know why he would throw that out there. Then he doubled down on that with planting, really not necessarily being the only reporter planting the story, but being the main one at the head of this story, where they were saying that there is a major feud between JT Miller and Elias Pettersson, that this was the reason that JT Miller had an indefinite leave from the team until coming back. This was the reason for the scuffle back in October at practice. This was the reason for so many things going on, and the media kind of ran with it, as the media does. We also were running with that story as well. We didn't necessarily say that, hey, this is true, this is false, but we did play out the possibilities and play devil's advocate for both sides of those things, as we try to do with our side of things, where we don't try and take a certain side of it, but we try and offer our opinion and our take, whether it was either side regardless. But as it was the case, we did have JT Miller and Elias Pettersson come out separately as well, talking about the issue. We heard from Quinn Hughes, we heard from Rick Tocchet, and then we heard also in the media not only from Elliotte Friedman, but Travis Green, Bruce Boudreau, former coaches that said there was a rift between them. But apparently over that time, that rift did get settled, even though Rick Tocchet and Quinn Hughes said, hey, whatever's between them, they got to settle. Maybe they weren't entirely knowing of that situation to the fullest extent, or maybe they were just kind of going along trying to give the media what they want just so they wouldn't keep barraging about it. But post-game in the last game, Elias Pettersson did talk about the feud, the supposed feud, I should say, where he was saying that's still going on. Well, it's the same answer. It's good. I don't know why people try and make stuff up. And then someone followed up on it with almost the exact same question, and he just walked off. And then we saw JT Miller yesterday after practice saying, you guys, in a sense, created this thing. Am I bothered? No. You guys are just wasting your time. I honestly don't care. You guys can talk about it all you want. I can bring out Petey. We can do the interview together. That will make you guys happy. He kept it focused on saying any outside noise is just between the ears, and he just has to kind of tune it out. The only outside noise he's worried about is just what's happening off the ice, not even what's going on in the locker room or anything like that. So any noise that has been created about this seemingly has just been entirely media created, even though we did hear Tocchet and Hughes talk about the struggles with the team, but they just talked about how general locker room stuff happens, where Tocchet talked about how even if there is something between them, he's played on teams where there's stuff that's galvanized the locker room and they've made it to Stanley Cups, whether as a coach or as a player. Quinn Hughes has even said, yeah, as much as we all argue at times, we're still a family. I still get mad at Hronek. I still get mad at Petey. I still get mad at Bess. I still get mad at Millsy. So those guys are all saying, hey, if there's any issues, it happens on teams. You're going to have some tempers flare up or some tensions build from time to time, but you just have to make sure that you right the ship and make sure that that just does not get out of hand, whether in the media, on the ice, or anything like that. And this game was a big example of that. Yes, I know we played the San Jose Sharks, not a great team by any stretch of the imagination to play against, but they are a young up-and-coming team that is fairly hot. But we were able to get the big statement win, not only at home, but Elias Pettersson making a statement game, 2 goals. JT Miller making a statement, getting an assist. Kiefer Sherwood keeping the bull rolling down the ice, just being an absolute wrecking ball, getting goals, getting hits, being exactly what we brought him to Vancouver to be. And the Vancouver Canucks walk away with the W on home ice, which was a big thing heading into the Christmas break. What did you guys think of the game overall? What do you guys think about Friedman being suspended? How happy are you guys about that news? I know we definitely are, because Friedman just seems to be stoking the flames on a lot of things. But what do you guys think down in the comments? I'd love to hear what you guys think. Hope that you guys have a wonderful holidays and a very safe holidays. Have fun, spend time with your family, stay safe, and make sure to keep it tuned to Canucks Digest as we come out of the holiday break with even more Canucks news and post-game reactions for you. But that's going to do it for this episode of Canucks Digest. I've been your host, Griffin. Take care.